Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Well, my name is Jade, and this is the Rant. And today we're going to be talking about live streaming, so strap yourselves in. We're going to discuss the pros, the cons, and some big changes coming up here on this channel. Let me start off by giving you all 5 gifted memberships. To kick it off, let's go. Boom! Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Jade, and this, of course, is the Rant, and I hope you're doing okay. Glowy today, a little bit glowy. There's some gifted memberships. We'll give away some more also as the show progresses. So we normally have a little bit of a rant on this show and carry on a little bit. So a little bit more positive this week than some of the ones we've been doing recently. We're going to talk about live streaming, the pros and cons of it compared to pre-recorded stuff, YouTube and all that kind of stuff, community, whole bunch of things like that. All right. So I'm going to introduce myself. If you don't know who I am, if you're kind of watching this for the first time, you've stumbled across this channel. My name's Jade. I happen to be trans. Who gives a shit? If it bothers you, see ya. Don't care. I'm a musician. I've been doing this for almost 40 years. Not YouTube, but actually playing gigs, touring the world, releasing albums, session work, teaching vocals. If it's something in the music industry, I've done it at some point, okay? I've worked at record labels, in distribution. I've had my hand in music my entire life. I came across YouTube during Pete Johns. I came across Pete Johns, who was teaching GarageBand. I found him on YouTube because I needed some help with a tiny little problem, and I stuck around. And then when COVID hit in 2020, a lot of people said that I seem to know a lot about apps, so I should do a show, and then I started live streaming. The reason I started live streaming over doing pre-recorded app demos was because, well, I was incredibly sick for a long time, living for 10 years with a blood disorder called ITP, where I would continuously bleed all the time and get bruises everywhere, and it was really hard to cure. Well, last year, it ended, and I stopped bleeding somehow because that's the nature of this disease, and I'm fit. And in 2020, I started live streaming essentially to get out of bed each day, to get up and have something to look forward to. Because live streaming for me, I felt like you have to do it now. You got to get up each day. You got to do it, right? You got to do it. And I had a little post-it note up here on the little TV in the corner that I have in front of me saying, you're doing this to get out of bed each day. And here we are 6 years later. But changes have to happen, and sometimes I've made changes here on this channel and it hasn't worked, and sometimes they have worked. We've tried a lot of different things on this channel. There's live streams every day and app demos and rants and live performances on the weekend. There's shows like Walk With Me where I take you on adventures and show you around the beautiful Australia and stuff like that. We've got Unearthed where I go out and find music you may have never heard of before. Tried so many different things on this channel, and now finally I think we can start to bring them together to make some kind of cohesive live streaming entertainment and app thing over here as well too, because some people don't want to hear me waffle on and say hello to you all, whereas they don't understand we have community here. But we'll get into this. Let's say hello to you all. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see a few of you here for this one, because to me it's an important one to get all this out and get some feedback maybe on what you think. I can't get that stream thing up. That's so weird. All right, that's cool. Whatever. So there's a few of you here. So thank you for being here. Let's call some names, because some people who watch these shows get very upset when I call out your names. Barry, Glenn, Hugh Caldwell, Thomas Christ, Joe Glenn. We've got Jerry Gomes, Dave Bobs, Brad Example. I hope you're all feeling all right, you little... Can't say it today or he'll get upset. Les Nagy. I upset Brad last night. Gary Hubbs, who's experienced in live streaming himself. Same with Thomas Christ. This will hit in the feels for him as well today. Or Leela. People who do live streams. This will... Capsalam, hello lovely. Good to see you as always. Deep Gravity. There's a deep cut right there. Hope you're doing well, Deep Gravity. Good to see you. These are links. You can become a member for $1. Patreon. We do giveaways of apps and stuff, and Master Your Songs, Super Chats, all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Thomas, for posting. Denise, Lance, Alexander, Dean, Francis, g'day to you. Alan I's got some memberships. We got some memberships there. Jenny Jolivet says hello. And that's all I can go up to. So everyone afterwards, Lewis Cook, g'day. I've got most of you. If I've missed you, just call me out and I'll do the thing. So the idea behind this show started out as the thing about pros and cons of live streaming. And interestingly enough, so I use AI as sparingly as I can. I don't make any music with AI because that's bullshit. I do make a thumbnail here and there with AI because for things like the opening hour, right? It's kind of fun to put me in a situation, playing in a busking situation. They're fun. They're live performances. For app demos, I stupidly went down that path. And these days, I've got all the photos in my photo album, right? That you have to do as a live streamer. This is stuff people forget, right? When you're a live streamer, you got to have photos of yourself pulling ridiculous faces. And, I've got thousands of these things. Look at them. Hello. And I have a green screen in my lounge room that I just go in and stand there and pull all these stupid faces and change T-shirts because you got to have different T-shirts, right? So there's a Distro Kid T-shirts doing the stupid faces and the pointy things, and the Carcass T-shirt doing the stupid pointy things. And what else? We've got the Faith No More T-shirt doing the stupid pointy things. And you end up with a lot of these stupid photos of you with the How to App shirt and the stupid pointy things. And sometimes you add some products in there if you're doing a product thing. And that's a really cool benefit of having a green screen in another room that you can go in and just shoot a bunch of photos, and then you've got heaps of thumbnails for the next few months. But these are little things you got to do, right, for live streaming. So for my app demos, I always try and have like a photo of me and put the app behind me. Thumbnails are important. And you can sit there and watch all the videos on the world to find out how to do the perfect thumbnail and shit, but it's got to be you, right? It can't be somebody else. And they're not all going to work, just like every live stream is not going to work, and you kind of have to deal with that stuff. So the idea behind this was to talk about pros and cons. Why I was talking about AI there is for the rants, I come up with an idea, I write a small script, and then I normally put it into ChatGPT to break up what I've written into some bullet points, right? So I write what I want to talk about. I actually write out everything that I want to write. I sit there and type it all out because it's my idea. And then it breaks it all down to me so I can take my ideas and not have to read through shit. And having bullet points is a much easier way to work, smarter, easier way. So that is really the extent I kind of use AI the most for breaking down stuff like that. So the idea today was, as usual, here's what I want to talk about on the show. Here's my experience. Here's my YouTube channel. Use my YouTube channel as go and check out my channel and stuff. And it gave me some of the good that I think, some of the bad. It also gave me some of the good and bad with pre-recorded content. But then it added this extra thing at the end, which I didn't expect it to do. It gave me a breakdown of my channel and what I should do. And I wasn't ready for that. But I was ready for it once I read it. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So we'll get to that in the second half of the show. So again, why did I start live streaming? It's got a lot of, my context of why I said at the top of the show was to get out of bed. And already I'd come from Pete Johns being a moderator there for a long time and being a part of a community, because this is the thing with live streaming, right? It is very community based. You are interacting with people and you're on live. And for somebody like me who's been a performer for almost 40 years, this is performance. This is the closest I can get to going out and playing on stage at the moment. I love this stuff. I love the randomness of live streaming. What can go wrong? See, some people freak out about that shit. I kind of love it. It's a risk, and I love taking risks. So live streaming is really fun for that. And you just never know what's going to happen. And this is community. People may be watching to learn something. People may be watching just to say hello to everybody. People just may feel lonely. We are living in a loneliness epidemic, something we've talked about on Rants here before. Go back through my Rant playlist. There's a lot of stuff we've talked about, which all kind of ties in to this, Right? You may think some of my shows go off a little bit in a strange direction, but it all kind of ties into all this kind of stuff. Dougie, hello to you, and hello to E. Urban. So there is a loneliness epidemic going on. We're living in a world where more and more people are struggling to be able to communicate with each other, A, and then there's B, communicate on a level that's kind of decent and not, a total absolute wit. Because there's a lot of wits out there at the moment who really have no idea how to offer constructive criticism or just if you got nothing nice to say, shut the up, for God's sake. Really, you don't need to project every goddamn thought. So there's that. Heathen Granny, hello to you. So, I came from Pete John's community and have built a community, right? So there's a lot of app demo channels out there that don't do live streams, and it's just a video, and here's the stuff, and off you go. But you will notice there's not a lot of community. It's all very based on, I like that app, I'm going to buy it. And sure, I'm demoing apps a lot on this channel. It's how it started, and it's always going to be demoing apps. But there's more to it. I give a about what you make with these apps. I want you to, if an app makes sense, then buy it. I'm not doing these to sell. This isn't a hard sell. I'm interested in apps myself. I'm a collector. I love what they do. But I used to try and buy them. And before I did this show, because, spoiler, developers send me codes. Now I have so many apps, it's stupid. There's too many, right? So I find there's no way I can use them all. But back before I started doing this show, I used to scour through all the channels to make a decision on which apps can I afford this month, right? Because that's the reality. And these shows like this were very handy because I could make decent purchases and not have buyer's regret. So that's what I try and provide here, but with a hint of something different. Like, you get me. You get a character, somebody who's lived it. Hopefully I've got a bit of experience I can share as well too. And I'm learning at the same time, right? Field Tone Audio, really good to see you also. So there's that. So the app stuff has always been the focus of the channel. But for some people, they just don't want to see me saying hello to you all. They just want to get in and get out so they can quickly make that purchase and buy that thing they're not going to fucking use. And they're not going to release any music. And they let you know about it often. There's too much talking on your videos. Sorry. You say hello to too many people. Oh, sorry. Okay. Now, I don't know if these people realize this, but I know some of them are quite in the head. But there's this thing, right? There's a little slider across the bottom of the you can always skip. Because trust me, I watch a lot of videos and I skip through a lot of shit. But it doesn't, and I'll tell you what I've never done. I've never watched a video and gone, God, there's a lot of talking at the start of this video. Instead, I've just gone, I thought it in my head, thinking stuff inside my head and gone, yeah. But the next thing, the logical thing is just to move it to where it gets to the point I need to go. And the very next thing I don't do is leave a comment crying about it. Fuck me. I mean, we've talked about this, how everybody wants everything now and they don't want to go out and do anything. And people have got so fucking lazy that they can't even forward to the point. They just can't do it. They want music delivered to them. They want TV. They want movies. And if they can't get it instantly, then I'm so angry. It's like, mate, the world never used to be like that. You weren't handed everything on a platter. And the reason why you are handed shit like this is to keep you subservient and a fucking consumer. You are a consumer. We're all fucking consumers. That's it. That's how they look at us. We're just consumers to them. We're not even people. Right? We're not even fucking people anymore. If we were, we'd have things like healthcare and they give a fuck about us, right? We wouldn't be having crazy wars and here in Australia, petrol's so scarce at the moment, they've given us all free public transport for a month. We wouldn't have to deal with this shit, right? So there's that little bitch there, little complaint. But we are the product and that is how it goes, right? So with app demos, I know there's people out there who get upset of me rambling on and they just want to get to the point. I can't imagine Field Tone Audio Some of his streams go for an hour and a half, right? And people just want to get to it. So, but we'll talk about the changes of what's going to happen here very soon. Excuse me. Hello, Laurie's Mishmosh and Professor Boomer. And I think, is there anyone else I've skipped? I see your comments. I've got a lot to get through. So my thoughts is, Jade, people come here to hear you talk. Well, some do, some don't. And this is the thing too. You can't sit there as a live streamer and take everything to heart, right? Some people just aren't going to fucking like you. And you know what? It's okay. Like, really, it is okay. Like, I don't like a lot of people either, right? The difference is, just because you've got a platform to tell somebody you don't like them, hi James Myers, doesn't mean you have to open your fucking mouth and your fingers to fucking tell everybody you hate them. It's okay. It's all right to just think it in your head, right? We're not at the point with thought police yet. They're not arresting us for our thoughts yet. But it's okay to do that, right? But people aren't doing that. This social media word, everyone's got to get out every single fucking thought, and even to make you feel bad, make you feel terrible, right? It's so weird that people need to tell you that they fucking hate you. It's okay, cool, just move on. I tell you, I see people and just go, I don't give a fuck. If I don't like you, I'm not going to watch you. Just move on. It's very easy, right? There's so many other things you can watch and get enjoyment from. So, all right, live streaming, the benefits of live streaming is it's instant, right? It's a direct interaction with an audience, and it's so fantastic for creating community. This is the one thing that's really hard to create with pre-recorded videos is community. Sure, you can get a lot of comments in there, but if you look through comments on YouTube from pre-recorded videos, there's a lot of, well, this is what I want to say, this is what I want to say, and normally if somebody does react to a person's comment, it's either to piss on them and go, I don't agree, right? So it's very singular messages, not a group kind of conversation. And but with live streams, you've got people coming in and they're able to converse and say hello. We joke about it, the hello gauntlet. But even on this channel here and a lot of channels in our little niche community here, we joke about the hellos. I'll dump you to Pete next from YML and we'll all say hello to each other again. We just saw each other. But there's something sweet about that, right? There's something kind of like old school that, oh my God, it's nice to know somebody says hello each day, right? Because we are in a loneliness epidemic and this kind of stuff. So it's kind of important. But I've had people on here like Venus Theory, who I've interviewed, right? When he came on, there's been a hell of a lot of artists outside this community I've interviewed, and every one of them have said the same thing after I've interviewed them. Your community is so nice. Everyone like says hello. Even Venus Theory, he was like, Jesus, like people actually gave a shit about my stuff. And you go over and watch Venus Theory when he goes live and everybody's just at him, and nobody says hello to each other. Some of the biggest channels have very little interaction. So we're pretty lucky with this kind of stuff, with the communication and the hellos and the wishing people well and checking out each other's stuff and linking, putting up links to people's songs. You don't see this in so many other communities. It's very, very bleak, right? Everyone's just me, very me. Tremor Bear, Jamie Lynn, hello to you. Dave Bops. So there's that, right? It builds a community live streaming, and people like to know you. People want to, I guess the people who are here want to know me, right? And I want to know you, and I know lots of you. And so it's an interaction. You get to kind of shape the show. You get to see the mistakes. You get to see in real time things go wrong. And I know some people are very scared of that happening, but I love it, man. When things go wrong, you get to see me lose my shit a little bit. You get to see that not everything is perfect. And it's just never going to be perfect. G'day to Ed Zielinski. And that's it. It's nice to be reminded that things aren't perfect. You get authenticity from live streams, right? You get raw energy. And for some, it's very hard to do live streams because, like, we live and we've all got problems all the time. Some days you're happy and some days you're down. And you got to get up here each day and hit go and be, hi. It's really hard. But I love that challenge, right? Because some days I can wake up in the morning, feel absolutely shit. If you don't know, I do this stream every day at 8 a.m. in the morning. It's like having a normal day job. I'm getting up at 6 every morning, but I don't have to go into an office and sit around with total all day, right? I get to hang out with you. So doing live streams too, there's no edits. I don't have to sit there and edit stuff in software. It's real, it's human. Mistakes happen. And, you know, my motto is mistakes make you better, right? Mistakes make you better. If you're not making mistakes, then you're doing something wrong. Get it? Right. Anyway, I was emotionally exhausted after my first stream. It's a lot of work to sit here and keep up the energy and keep people going and try and keep interesting things happening, because you're just someone sitting in a room, aren't you? Really? This is like the definition of insanity. I'm just sitting in a room talking to myself. If somebody was walking past my house outside the window here, they're like, why is that idiot talking to themselves? I can hear them through the window yelling at 8 a.m. This is great for, but live streaming is also great for rants, interviews, performances, right? Panels and stuff like that. So it's really good for that. Is it so good for app reviews? We'll get to that. Interviews, collabs, because natural conversation happens, right? With interviews, I've done a few pre-recorded interviews and they're okay, but there's nothing like an interview live when somebody just starts talking about something out of the blue and it's like you didn't know it was going to go down that path. I find the interviews very exciting. It's like the end of the week for me. I love that I get to do interviews on this channel. I've interviewed over 200 and something people from all walks of life, artists, comedians, people who've been in Hollywood blockbusters. We've had Faith No More on here. We've had some really big acts, Jordan Rudess, Heinbach. We've had some pretty impressive people on here, and us, regular Joe Blows, our little community, and we get to hear each other's interesting stories and get to know each other a little bit more, and I love that. I love the interviews. Guests can engage live with people in the chat. It's fantastic, right? They can see comments and they can respond. You can talk to them directly. They're so good, the interviews for that kind of stuff. Things like this, the rants. I can just go free form and be absolutely scared of what the fuck is going to come out of my mouth. One of the things is less workload. Now, you can think that I had somebody leave a comment saying, the reason you do app demos live is because you're lazy. Listen, fuckhead. Do you know how much it takes to learn a lot of these apps? Because the one thing I do take pride in, I do actually learn this shit. I don't get up here and go, hello, everybody, I'm just going to wing it. And there's a lot of apps that come out each and every week. It's really hard to keep up. And ultimately, I used to keep up a lot before we had extra shows like the Rant and stuff like that. I used to keep up well, but then there was a lot of apps that aren't really that good that I was covering. And again, apps aren't Pokemon. You don't need them all. And sometimes there's some apps with, you make a decision. Do I need to break this down? Free apps are tough too. Doing a demo of a free app, it's free. Go and get it yourself. Work it out, right? You got nothing to lose. Whereas other apps that are paid, I feel, you've got some money to lose. So I try more to cover the paid stuff because money's tight. We got to fucking, we got to start wars and fuel and all. Who can afford to eat? So apps are getting low down on the list for being able to afford and all that jazz. So your money's important. That's why I haven't done as many free apps and stuff like that. All right, going live. Look, there's no hours for me sitting there and having to chop stuff up and cut up videos and edit, because editing is a lot of work, man. Editing, learning the apps is a lot of work. And, I like live streaming. I like going live and I just enjoy it more, right? But the thing is, I've been doing edited stuff on this channel for a long time. Walk With Me, Unearthed, this kind of stuff, which takes a lot of work. So my editing skills aren't shit. I can do the editing It's just a lot of work. Ask Pete Johns, right? So less workload, watch time and retention. This is where it gets a little bit hard, right? Because you're going live. I go live the same time every day for 6 years. So you know I'm going live. You know I'm going to be at this time, apart from the stupid time changes and shit because of daylight savings, which confuse everybody. But with live streams, you get a chance to do a longer session. You can take things a little bit longer. You're not cut down to a time. It gives a place for people to come. Loyal viewers will stick around for. These are stuff that ChatGPT is telling me from my content that I entered. And it can build anticipation, right? We're doing a live thing. This is going to be cool. And even Thomas, right? Thomas did You Rock live for ages. Then he did You Rock TV. And the exact same show. But I miss Thomas. I want to call him names in the chat and be silly. Right? And then he changed it back. So there's that. But the hard thing with my channel personally with live streaming is what we've discussed. There's two kind of people who watch my channel. There's people who collect apps and make not much music. And then there's people who make a lot of music and probably don't buy as many apps, but like to know what's available. Because a lot of us who are in these live streams actually make fucking music and we share it. We have shows like Thomas and, we have shows like Pole Vault. We have shows like Pete Johns, and there's a lot of music that we make. Where I see a lot of other communities, I don't know, like the Loopy Pro Forum, where everybody is so angry about a fucking app because it doesn't have a filter on it. And they don't make any fucking music. Where is it? You never get it, right? So there's two categories. And the thing is, I've got the app people over here telling me, you talk too much and I don't care who's in the chat. And then you guys are like, we like watching you live. What's the balance? How do we get it there? Because I tried to change things up. If you recall, was it not last year, the part of last year and the year before, I started doing pre-recorded app demos. But we'll get into where that went wrong. I know where it went wrong. So what's the bad part about streaming? There's no safety net. Mistakes, tech issues, that can be a problem, right? One of the biggest problems with that is especially this community, people are so nice, they won't tell you when your sound is fucked. Because everyone's so nice, they don't want to offend you. And when they do, there's like an 11-second delay. So it's really hard to focus on the audience to fix your sound problems. But let me help you with that, right? As a live streamer who's been doing this for a long time and started off with really meager gear, and here we are now, I've got a fucking entire studio, right? Having a really decent mixer, really important. Really important. It's a good idea to have a good mixer and dial that shit in. If you're using StreamYard, record yourself. Do a test show. Talk to yourself. Hi, my name's Jade. Do the things that you're going to do. Record it. Listen back to the sound. Does it sound good on the recording? Because that's what's going out. The same thing with OBS. You have a record button. Hit that record button in your quiet time. Set your levels. Be prepared. Do it. Practice. You'll feel like a dickhead, right? You will feel like a dickhead. But, at the end of the day, you'll sound good because your sound is very important. It's very important, right? It is important. You want to sound good? You want to look good, right? You don't need all the best stuff. Start out very simple and be like me. I started with nothing. And then over time, over 6 years, I've bought little pieces here and there. Not just everything at once. Little pieces. Build it up. And eventually, you walk into a place like this every day and go, this is beautiful. I feel so calm in this room, right? Because I normally don't have the lights on. And it's so calm in here, right? Anyway, tools and stuff, they're not that important. But as you get better, you will want to upgrade your stuff and get things like, I can't live without a Stream Deck. The Stream Deck was the best thing I ever bought, to be able to flick camera angles at the touch of a button and bounce back and forward. Stream Deck is beautiful. I've covered the Stream Deck on the channel if you want to learn how to use them. Some cheap soft boxes are worth like 30, 40 bucks on Amazon. A 1080p camera. And, a simple mixer. Simple mixer. You don't need a roadcaster like me. But, start and then build up. Build up. Streaming via an iPad by itself, wouldn't recommend it. Use a computer, use a laptop or a Mac. I've covered apps on here for live streaming through an iPad. They're still not up to chop, especially if you want to show shit on your screen, and it's just not that good. So it is unfortunate. And StreamYard, you still can't start a stream from StreamYard on an iPad. There's still some issues. But anyway, live streams, things can get derailed. Dickheads can come into your chat, start shit. Have some moderators that you trust, people that actually know you and give a shit and, can see when somebody's a fuckwit and just remove them. Don't make an issue of it. This is my thing. Try not to make too much of an issue when idiots come into your chat because you turn the whole stream into them and they're not worth it. Just quietly remove them. Gone. It's easy. So ChatGPT is telling me that live streaming is not good for demos, app demos. This is what it keeps telling me. But, I've been doing all right. Not ideal for tutorials where people want quick answers. And there's that too. But not everybody wants quick answers. There's some of us who actually aren't, and again, like I said in the beginning, there's always the forward button. Just skip to where you see the bit. It's pretty easy. Skip to where you see the bit. And go for it. You can do some of the work yourself. It's all right. You can do it. You can do it. Live chats can interrupt demos as well too, right? But that's a perfect opportunity for people to ask questions, right? Because not always when you ask questions in a lot of people leave questions in the comments section and it may take a day or two to get back and you want it now. You want it now, don't you? Tech headaches we've covered, audio glitches, lag. We've seen that too where I've been doing a show and YouTube loses its ever-loving fucking mind and the stream gets screwed and I can't do nothing about it. Right? I can't do nothing about it. And it's very frustrating and it's hard to not get angry about it because, YouTube's my boss. Sort it out. And it can be risky with showing off a demo, right? Show off a demo and things go wrong and it looks terrible for the app. But then at the end of the day, you want to know what problems it has. The good news is here on this channel, I've only ever done one app demo where I shit all over an app. And that was bad. I should not have done that because I was very fresh at this and didn't think that an update could fix this. And now when things go wrong in an app demo live, trust me, the developer's going to see it and fucking fix it because they don't want that shit to happen again. So it's actually really good when it happens live and these things are able to be fixed, right? Well, thank you. Thank you. I try and keep it quick, but there's just some people. Anyway, the thing is too, YouTube's changing, right? This is the thing. Shorts are a thing. People's attention spans are getting less and less. Mine hasn't. I love long form content. I can sit there and put something on in the background and watch it. I don't mind watching a demo that goes for 40 minutes, right? Because I'm going to walk away understanding it. I got time, man. I got time because I like making music. I like understanding things. I'm a person that likes to, learn. I love it. I love learning. And hopefully you guys like learning too because hey, who doesn't want to get better at things, right? Of course you want to get better at things. Why not? Be better at things. Inconsistent attendance can be a thing and it can get you down, right? Gary, we've talked about this stuff. Some days you may have the biggest interview lined up. No one comes. And it's disheartening. It is. You can't lie about it, but you got to power through, right? And you can't let that one thing get you down, right? You can't let it get you down because tomorrow's another day, right? Tomorrow's another day. And life is a roller coaster. One day you're happy and healthy, the next day you've got cancer. This is the world we live in. It's just, and see, somebody will message me over that and go, that was really extreme. No, that's the fucking world, my friend. And if you're not seeing that in the world, that one day happy is there, next day you got cancer. Like this is the way the fucking world works. One day you're streaming 3 days in a row and you got 50 people in your stream. The next day you got 8. People have got lives too. You got to understand that. That's the risk of being a live streamer. People have got lives. People get sick. People have family things. And you can't expect people to be there all the time. You just can't. You can't expect that. If you are, you are the official. That's you. Your problem. Right? And you just got to be very thankful for those who are there. No matter how many. Be thankful. I'm thankful. Oh, not my teleprompter. Lizard Day. I love you, Lizard Day. You're beautiful. Inconsistent attendance. You may hit a joke. Somebody told me I try and tell too many jokes. They didn't actually say if I was funny or not. They just said I try and tell too many, or I tell too many jokes. So sorry if I try to bring some light into people's life. I'll try to be better. I hope you all die. Now. That doesn't work either. Look, streams are harder to repurpose as well too and cut down into smaller things because everybody wants smaller content. Listen, one of my most popular videos on here, I used to laugh at Pete Johns. One of Pete Johns' most popular videos on his channel is a video where he sticks a fucking toothpick into the bottom of his iPhone to clean it out. That thing's had millions of views. And I used to laugh at that and go, I hope that never happens to me. I have one of those videos. It's a GarageBand short where I show you how to find the free noise cancellation in GarageBand. It gets, seriously, like 2,000 views a day. And it's earned me like hundreds of subscribers. And it's so demoralizing, right? Because it earned all of 90 cents. And you look at it and go, oh man, that took me like 2 minutes to make. It goes for 30 seconds. It's so awful. And what is the point of all this? It's frustrating. The other thing about this is it's an energy drain. You really have to be able to maintain your energy and your drive to get up and do this and keep the flow going, keep people's interest out, and keep interested in the people in the chat, right? Keep interested. See the comments. I may not read them all out. Like I say, the only reason I've been around so much lately is because I injured and I can't go to work. Yes, you've got a back injury. Life happens, content creators as well. So I see all these comments, but at the same time, right, I can't get to them all, but I try and pull some stuff out. You got to balance. Everything's balanced, right? Everything is balanced too. And it requires a lot of on energy. On energy is hard in this world. You know, we've got people tearing at us everywhere to do this. Look, let's talk about pre-recorded stuff, and then I'll get to the news of what's changing here. Pre-recorded stuff, it's great. Looks polished, looks professional. You can do B-roll, camera angles. You can make little cameras go around the product and all that stuff. I can do all that. I have all the tools here in this studio and my other studio in the lounge room. I can do it all. TikTok, 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 time. It's a lot of time, right? Tight pacing, no fluff. You can get to all that. But sometimes, and I did this, I started doing pre-recorded app demos at the end of what are we up to now? 26. At the end of 2024 and early 2025. And I got this prompter here in front of me. So if you don't know, I've got like a teleprompter here. How I can look directly down the camera at you all. And I started scripting them. And then I looked back and went, fuck, they all look the same and sound exactly the same. This is not good. That's a really easy trap to fall into, that you lose all of your character, right? And that's not good either. You still got to maintain some character in there, because if people don't like you, they're not going to watch you before the content, right? If they see you each day and go, I hate this person, they're not going to really go and watch anything else. They're not going to get to what you're saying, right? So if you've already got some people thinking you're okay, try not to, if you're doing pre-recorded content, try not to lose who you are. Have a bit of, but tightening things up, right? You can control easily what the viewer sees. And see, I don't like that. I don't like controlling people. I don't like I see a lot of pre-recorded content and go, I wonder how many takes that took to make that work, or how many times that thing crashed, how many bugs you skipped over to make it look so fancy. Because that's out there, man. Like, people are getting paid and not disclosing, and there's a whole lot of shit that it's there, right? But it is good for tutorials, right? It is. It's straight to the point, no distractions, no waiting. And some people want that. Easy for beginners to follow. They don't have to deal with me conversing with you and all that stuff we've talked about. App tutorials can keep getting views over time, where live streams, they're a bit long and nobody wants to sit through them, so they don't do as well overall for continued viewing. Although, even though a lot of my content is that stuff, right? So, because that's all I really do. Better for searches as well too. Better for advertising if you want to do Google ads, having smaller videos where longer form content's hard to advertise if you want to pay for some ads, because that's okay to do so. Better for teaching clarity, I guess, right? You can say this for zoom in and stuff like that, but I can do zoom ins live. I can change angles live. I can go to my overhead camera live, or just this camera, or turn around over here and show you my iPad. I can do all this live without needing to edit anything, which is where we're going to get to. So the bad stuff with pre-recorded content is time consuming. Filming, it's editing, it's exploring. Trust me, walk with me. Unearthed, oh my God, Unearthed takes 3 days to get done each. It takes so much. It can slow down how often you post. It can, no real-time interaction. Audience feels more like viewers instead of a community, right? And this is a community. It always has been. No chat, no hype, no comments come afterwards. You got to wait a while to see if the video takes off, if it gets put into the algorithm, whatever. So there are lots of cons and stuff. You can fall into over perfection, which I did when I started doing pre-recorded app demos, scripting everything, and I didn't need to, because you can still do it without scripting everything, right? Okay, it can feel sterile. That's a thing that I worry about. So let's talk about my channel. We've got 15 minutes left, and what's happening. What is changing? And you guys can give me some live feedback, and if you're watching on the replay, you can leave some comments and give me feedback. We're not going to start this until next week. We're going to see how it goes, right? I've been falling behind with app demos that I'd like to cover. We've already got the shows up for this week. We've got 4 live streams for 2, 3. So there's actually 5 demos, 2 of them in one show. But there's still like another 6 that I really need to get done. And I'm falling behind with them. So there's that. And I don't, here's the thing too, I don't care about being first with an app demo. Because here's the deal, right? Developers drop an app, everybody jumps in to buy them. The people who just collect apps mostly and don't make much music. But then it's not so bad to do an app review 3 weeks later, because it helps put the app back in front of people's eyes. We move so fast with apps that this one comes out and the next day there's another 2 and this one's forgotten. So it's kind of okay to be a bit late, because you're reminding people, remember this thing from, I know, only 2 weeks ago? Feels like a lifetime. But it's only 2 weeks ago this thing came out, and we've already moved on to 15 other apps that only came out yesterday. So I don't care about being first and getting all those eyes on. It doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter to me. But what does matter is getting the content out. So as it stands, there's not enough time to live stream each week and get all the apps done. So here's the plan. Over the years, I've been adding new shows like this, the Rant. Even back in the day during COVID and stuff, we had the Wart series where we talked about depression and stuff, because we're all locked down. And we had seminars off air where people would join Clubhouse and we'd talk. It was really healthy stuff. We covered so many topics. We've talked about, we've done so many different kind of shows on this about how to get your music, how to get airplay, how to do artwork. I've tried to cover every aspect of the music industry with you all. How to set up a Bandcamp page, how to set up a Reverb Nation stuff. We've done so behind the song. Remember that? Where we would have, thanks Gary for reminding me, we'd have an artist come on the show, we'd dissect their track live on the show in GarageBand or whatever they use, and we'd break it down, their track and how they made it. I miss doing this fucking stuff, right? I love doing this stuff. That's very interesting stuff. Apps are all just a part of it. There's so much more than apps, right? We've got Walk With Me. We've got interviews. We've got Unearthed. We've got the live performances on the weekend. We started a how-to series a little while ago to replace the rant, but it's there. It's already kicked off, so there's an opportunity to do that as well. We've got the creative hour, right, which I normally remove the opening hour and swap it for the creative hour. Why can't I do the creative hour each and every week, say before Thomas Christ? Well, that's what's going to happen, folks. So here's what is going to happen. As of next week, we're trialing it. As it stands, Unearthed is on hiatus at this point. When it does come back, we're going to make it once a month. Makes sense. Gives me a month to go and find a bunch of stuff. It's a lot of work every week. And I am a perfectionist, even though I don't believe in it. And I want to make things look really good and I want to be consistent and all that kind of stuff. But Unearthed can be once a month. Walk With Me can come back again too and do once a month. Why not? Just until we get things sorted. Because I love doing Walk With Me. App demos are going to be pre-recorded. And how are we doing this? Today's Monday here in Australia. So each Monday I'll be doing the rant, finishing, and then pre-recording all my app demos for the week. And not scripting them. Fuck that, it didn't work. Doing this, what I do, live, uninterrupted, you see in warts and all, I have all the tools to flick through and use the Stream Deck. No hellos, just intro music, because I have this very short intro thing that just goes dun-dun, 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 and starts, and off we go. Hi, we're looking at this today. Here's the price. Let's get into it. I can cut out some of the fluff, aim for 20 minutes or below. On Monday, I can get 5 to 6 demos done in probably about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. Have them all, upload them all, with their thumbnails, and let them just go live with no premieres, no nothing, and they can go live, no scripts, no bullshit, no editing. It'll just be the same kind of show without all the guff, right? Without all the hellos and all that kind of stuff that people get upset over. Sure, I'm going to lose having developers in here, which is fun too, answering questions. But there's still room to do some app demos live, right? Some may need it because they're big ones and you want to, right? So there's that. So Monday mornings for me, Monday day, the whole day, I can pre-record all my stuff. And that leaves us with live streams every day. What can we do on live streams every day? It opens so many doors. Monday for me, Sunday for you. Remember, I'm talking Monday me, so you guys live backwards, right? So today will be the rant. Tomorrow, and this will kick off next week, not this week. Tomorrow will be the how-to series. How to compress, how to reverb, how to this, how to get your music on DistroKid, how to do this. Wednesday we leave open. Can be anything I want. It could be an opening hour. It could be a Walk With Me episode. It could be Unearthed. Who knows? It could be, hey, let's talk about Logic and why it's fucked. Let's just unpack a bunch of apps. Let's do a spotlight on a developer and a bunch of their apps. And it's a more conversational live stream thing. Thursdays, which is Wednesdays for you, will be the creative hour. Each and every week, I get to do I love the creative hour, right? I set a timer, 1 hour, and I give you guys a prompt. You pick a prompt, and I've got to make a song in 1 hour. Off we go. Let's do it before you rock each week. We have our interview, and then Fridays, your time, it's open to do whatever, right? There's plenty of room. There's plenty of stuff to talk about. Gladys Worthington, absolutely not. I want the channel to succeed, not get fucking blocked. No Gladys Worthington. And we have the opening hour on the weekend, right? So the live stream stuff it opens up so much more room to just do this kind of stuff, topics that you guys want to talk about, deep dives into things where there's just a lot of stuff we can do on live streams instead of app demos. And if I get them all out the way early in the week, they will drop at a certain same time every day as well too. So I've looked at my statistics on YouTube and they say the most people are watching for me is like 3 a.m. when I'm asleep. So those videos will drop every day at 3 a.m., which is early in the morning in the US, say around 9 or 10 o'clock or something in the morning, and late in the afternoon in the UK. So there's that. And it leaves me the whole week to not do anything during the week, right? Just because these things don't take a lot of effort. Loading up Logic and doing a creative hour doesn't take a lot of effort. It's spontaneous. You got to do it on the spot. But app demos, I can, do the same thing, learn my apps, get them done, whip them all through, don't edit them, add the thumbnails, and we'll still do some app demos live. Say, I may not be able to fit everything into a pre-recorded one, but it'll keep those people at bay and they get their stuff. And it gives me more opportunity to talk about making music. Because I'm not making enough music myself. And I want to have the freedom to make more music here on the channel and share my skills and stuff like that. And I know they're not really popular live streams. They're not. They don't always work. But hey, it is what it is, right? And who knows? Maybe we can bring back things like what Gary said. Doing the, I forget what the show's called. We bring people on, talk about their music. There's just opportunities to do stuff like that. So look, you let me know if you think that's right or wrong. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to kick it off next week. And it'll just help me behind the song. Thanks, Gary. It'll help me catch up and get more app demos out. And you know what? Some app demos only need 5 minutes. Like we looked at the Compose audio presets on the weekend. There's only like 4 presets in some of those. I can whip something like that out in 5 minutes. Bang, it's up. There, done. Slapping them all together is so there's that. Let's try using live streaming as a community thing, as a character thing. Hi, here I am dancing around, and the rest of the stuff. You can go and watch those things in your own time. I'm going to definitely try and make them under 20 minutes. Sometimes they may need to. Something like Scalar is very in-depth. I'm going to try and keep as in-depth as possible, but probably just pull back a little bit on some stuff that you don't need, right? Because that was the thing. I really try to go as in-depth as possible on the app demos and give you everything, but sometimes apps won't need that. Sometimes apps just will be here's all the really good things. You don't need me to explain what a filter is, do you? Still? I hope not. So, you can tailor them more to the app instead of trying to make the app fit into the live stream and try and get an hour out of an app that there's no way you can get an hour out of it. So, and this is what ChatGPT told me after analyzing my channel. For your channel in particular, use live streams for interviews with artists. They really work, Jade. Rant shows, they're perfect. The chaos and energy is fun. Live performances, obviously because you're live and you're performing. Community hangouts or other stuff about apps or doors or gear, right? Use pre-recorded content for your channel for app tutorials. This is critical. Walk with me. Unearthed, curated, intentional content. Focused app demos. So let's see. Let's put ChatGPT to the test and see if this is the case. All right. I'm interested to see. I'm willing to take the risk and try this in front of all of you and be honest about it. This is where we're going. I don't want to lose you guys. I don't want to lose community. Community is the most important thing about this channel. I love it so much because you guys keep everything running. It's the reason when I try to be as honest as I possibly can with you all here on this channel. When I reach out to developers and get their apps, I don't ask for sponsorship. I don't ask for paid content for them to pay me to review. I ask for codes. Why? Because there's a lot of you who are Patreons who support me financially. And the thing is, we give away the codes and we have fun and we do the races like we just did on Patreon, right? If you want to sponsor me as an app developer, there's that too. You can do that as well too. But so you can't look at that. Look how quick he is. He's so good. So there's that, right? And so that's not going to change. We're still going to have heaps of giveaways and hopefully, you know, I'm probably shortchanging myself there, right? Because I do put a lot of work into learning developers' apps. I give a shit, if you haven't noticed. So, and to those people who are going to still like write really, really dumb comments, right? I don't know how to help you. If you're that angry, I really don't know how to help you. But try this. The next time you're about to write something, some really dumb comment to anybody online, just take a minute and think about if they were writing it to you. You don't need to say every dumb thought that's in your fucking head. Just because, right, there were fucking 3 sentences more than what you wanted, just skip it, man. Really. Or don't watch. It's okay. There's so much content out there. I will not cry over losing somebody who acts like a That's your choice. So this is the plan going forward. We'll see how it goes. And the idea behind it is to try and make less work. I know it sounds like a lot doing 5 demos in one day, but to just hit record and go and not edit any of it and just do it, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, that's a few hours, 4 hours at the most, have everything done and upload it. It sounds good. Sounds good to me. And then we can concentrate on these fun live streams each day, yeah, where us community want to hang out. And hopefully I can give you some more interesting live streams, right? Making songs, breaking down things, how they fucking work, talking about the history of stuff, more rants, all this kind of stuff, better interviews, live performances. Midweek, I could do a live performance if I want. There's just options, right, to do more cool stuff and have fun. Pete Johns, speaking of cool stuff, is up next. I got to hang out with Pete Johns this week. We went to the cricket in Melbourne. It was great fun. Great fun. It got rained out. We got drunk. We laughed. We cried. We talked about how cool you guys are. And it was good fun. So I'll dump you all over to Pete Johns. Okay. Tomorrow on the show, we're doing an app demo. So everything's still the same this week. Hopefully this week our interview is with somebody who used to play in a band with Brad Example. That's very exciting. Hopefully I think it's going to happen. What am I looking for? Recently saved. Tomorrow we got Rob Jackson with Dynasynth. Not Dynasynth, Dynasynth. I know, very confusing. Very confusing. Hope you enjoyed this rant, right? There's a lot to think about if you're going to live stream. But I encourage you to do it. If you want to do it, do it. Don't let anybody tell you not to. Go do it. Have fun. Get into it. Get into it. Just get some gear. Get into it. You'll make mistakes. Don't hold back. You will make mistakes. You will fuck up all the time. Some people, you won't get anyone there, right? But if you keep at it and just keep at it and keep at it and be consistent, consistency with everything is key. Even when you make big changes, right? Thank you all for being here. Thanks for supporting my channel. Let's close it out by giving you all a bunch of more memberships. Let's do 5 more memberships. Boom! We got 5 more memberships given out. Whoever gets them, thank you. Thanks for the members. Thanks for the Patreons. Thanks for your support all the time. There we go, memberships. I'll dump you over at Pete John so we can listen to your music. Let's do it. Love you all. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. Remember, I see you. I do. All right? That's Oj. Bye. Speaking of mistakes,